Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to our last presentation of the International Open Day. I am Ginevra, International Admissions Officer, and I'm here to moderate this last session. Indeed, I'm very glad to introduce you to our professor, Marta Friel, that will be our one of our panelists, and also Lucia Cinque, a former student of this course, and my colleague Elisa Zuetamatti from the Registrar's Office. Now I will mute myself and following the presentation from the background, and I will be back by the end of the presentation to read your eventual questions. So feel free to ask everything in the chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Ginevra, and welcome to everybody. I'm Marta Friel. I'm a professor of Tourism and Culture Management at UM University and in our master course in Hospitality and Tourism Management. And today I will present you some insights of our course. So first of all, we will discuss why a career in tourism and why today is interesting to study tourism and why this is a very promising sector for a different kind of interests and future positions. Why to study tourism at UM University, and then we will go more in depth of the structure of the course and how it is organized, the program, and so on. So first of all, why a career in tourism? We know that tourism is a big and fast recovering industry. It was growing very fast before the pandemic. Then the pandemic stopped this growth, but today things are going very well and we are nearly at a full pre-pandemic recovery. So it is a very important global industry for many countries, providing jobs to a big part of the global population and producing a lot of an interesting amount of the global GDP. And another interesting thing is that tourism is a very innovative and diversified industry for many different reasons. First of all, the tourism industry includes a very wide variety of subsectors. So there are many different perspectives of studying and working in the tourism industry. It is an industry where a lot of innovation and technological innovation, but not only product innovation too, is going on. So it is very interesting to explore how innovation is impacting in this industry, which is an industry more and more digital, and which is an industry really very much influenced by the emergence of new technologies. Think at, for example, at new technologies, big data analysis, and how this can be applied, and other very interesting trends in the industry. And then it is also interesting because we see many diversified experiences that are emerging and that are governing this sector. So this is very interesting, and also it is an industry where a lot of innovation is looking also towards the sustainability of tourist development, and where there are a lot of innovation which is tested to provide new solutions for sustainability. And this is also interesting, and we will see afterwards that we find this topic also among our courses. And also, tourism is nowadays characterized by a number of different new trends, market trends. And some were already there before the pandemic. The pandemic introduced new trends. So we see, for example, a lot of innovation in the transport sector. We see also new trends in how people and tourists are experiencing destinations. Also think, for example, on new trends that mix leisure time and work time. So workation experiences and changes in the way that in which people experiment places, stay in places, also in terms of length of stay and how they use destinations and what they expect, for example, from the hospitality sector. So this is really very interesting and requires today, both for destinations and for companies working in tourism, new competencies and new skills by those that are working in this industry. So on the one side, we have a very interesting industry. On the other side, so to study and work in the tourism sector is very interesting, and why to study these topics at Ulm University? There are many different reasons. Ulm is a leading university for tourist studies. So Ulm has a history of tourist studies since 20 years, because we have a bachelor degree program, which has been the first bachelor degree in tourism in Italy. Then we have a professional master, 1-year master, international tourism and hospitality, which was the first master university in Italy in English, established in 2004. And then we have our master degree course of 2 years in hospitality and tourism management, which we will see afterwards has also the opportunity of a double degree with the University of Central Florida. And this was the first master degree program in Italy with a double degree in partnership with an hospitality school. So you can see that Ulm has always invested very much in tourist studies and innovating also training and research in the sector. Another reason is that Ulm is a multidisciplinary environment, which is ideal for tourist studies because in our university we mix different disciplines and different approaches. We have 3 faculties in our university, one of interpreting and translation. So we have a very strong part of study, research, and training on languages. Then we have a faculty of communication, and we have the faculty of arts and tourism, in which our tourist courses are inside this faculty. But anyway, there are many exchanges between these faculties, so this creates a multidisciplinary environment. And then another characteristic of Ulm University is that it's a university that is really very much in line with the sector needs. We develop a lot of research with our partner companies, looking at the new needs of the market and the sector in this in the evolutions and new trends that are coming up from the industry. Also trying to match and understand these needs, looking also at international trends. So here, for example, you can see this research on a future job survey by the World Economic Forum. Here you see which are the top skills group that employers are looking for and think are the most important ones. And so we try to look at this kind of trend and understand from our partner companies the needs, and try to innovate and always adapt our courses looking at this market trends. And here you see those market trends and the needs of new competencies from the tourism industry are very complex because, as we know, the tourism industry is complex itself because it has many other industries inside. We have all the transport sector, the hospitality, we have tour operators, online travel agencies, we have all the world of MICE tourism and events management. We have destination management. We have also, and this I think is very interesting today, we have a growing interest towards tourism by also companies working in other sectors, such as the creative industries, the wine and food sector, that look with a lot of interest to tourism and are looking for competencies to develop new products, new experiences also inside companies. So we look at this world. Here you can see some of our partner companies in these different sectors. And of course, you can imagine that the companies are looking to very wide varieties of new competencies. But this shows also the not only complexity of the industry, but also how many opportunities in different sectors, segments, and topics can arise from this industry. What about our Master of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management? This course has two main characteristics. One is that is an international environment from different perspectives that we will discuss now, and probably the hands-on approach that the course has from the beginning. With regard to the first point, so the international environment, this comes from different things. The first one is the international class. We have classes with students that, of course, come from Italy because we are based in Milan, but we have also many international students coming from many different countries. So this year here you see the class, this year class, we have international students coming from Turkey, Ukraine, the Netherlands, Russia, India, Iran, Bangladesh, and Kazakhstan. And also the interesting thing is that our students come from very different backgrounds. So we have students that come from a degree in tourism, but we have also many students that have also language interpreting background, that have heritage management or cultural studies, and some of them also from business management and economics. So this is interesting too, because there are many different bachelor experiences that come inside the class from different countries. So first thing is an international class. Second thing, which is very important, is that this is an international program. Why it is an international program? We will see more in detail about the courses afterwards in this presentation, but the first reason why this is an international program is that we have the first year at University in Milan, but in the second year, students can choose a different path. They can stay at University and choose between two different specializations, one in digital technologies and data for tourism and creative industries, and another one on sustainable destinations management and communication. Then in the second year, many of our students take an international opportunity for a semester abroad. And after an internship, they get, and the final dissertation, the thesis, they get the degree in hospitality and tourism management, or some students decide and take the opportunity also to spend their second year in the US So at the University of Central Florida, Rosen College. And then again, after the internship and the thesis, they can get a dual degree, both the Italian one and the American one. And this can be is a very interesting opportunity. Some information about this second path. So take first year in Italy and second year in the US. University of Central Florida in Orlando. The specialization here is in hospitality and tourism management, with a focus on hospitality, events and entertainment mainly. The University of Central Florida in Orlando is a very important and big university. Here you see some numbers regarding the number of students, and is the second university in the USA for number of students. And in particular, our students go to the Rosen College of Hospitality Management, which is a very important hospitality school, is first rated in the US in 2022, and the fourth globally. So this is the path the student can take in the US. Here you can see some information about the courses and the Rosen College, but anyway, on our website you can find all the details about this. Second possibility, second path is to stay both years at Hume University. And here you have the possibility to, on the one side, to build a personalized specialization in the most innovative and contemporary areas of tourism. This doesn't mean to abandon the idea of having an international experience, because you can also choose to take a semester abroad. Usually students do this in the second semester of the second year in a number of, in one of our partner universities, which I will show you in a second. And then decide, and then take an internship in leading tourist companies in Italy, or also there is a possibility to take the internship abroad. Which are the different paths in the second year? At Hume, there is a possibility to choose between two different specializations. The first one is in digital technologies and data for tourism and creative industries. And this is a interesting specialization to exploit the potential of digital technologies and big data, and to use this potential to optimize the strategies and business decision in the sector. And the students that take this path can also, this is an option, is not is a plus, they can decide to obtain also the certification in hotel industry analytics. So this path is interesting for those students that are more interested in digital technologies and in the apply to mainly the hospitality industry. The second path is the specialization in sustainable destination management and communication. And this second path is more related to destination management issues. This path gives the opportunity to apply the theoretical models and methodologies for assessing and exploiting the full potential of destinations. So students work very much also on practical cases of destinations to learn how to structure and manage not only the practices of destination management, but also the communication and offer strategies of destinations, always looking very much at the issues of sustainability. and sustainable tourist development. As I said earlier, to stay the second year at Ulm doesn't mean to abandon the idea of having an international experience, because with our international and Erasmus office, we have we built in the years many partnerships with universities in Europe and also in other continents. So students have the opportunity to take a semester abroad in different ways. So using the Erasmus project or study abroad programs, or the double degree with University of Central Florida, and exchange opportunities. Here you can see the main partner universities for a semester abroad. So you can see that we have many different destinations. Of course, this is a ongoing map, because every year there are new partnerships and new destinations that are added to this map. So we are always working to develop new opportunities for our students, not only in Europe, but as you see in Canada, in many other countries, and destinations are added every year. Of course, taking a semester abroad is an option, but also there is the opportunity to take an internship abroad. And for some students, there is also the opportunities they can decide to develop their thesis abroad. So their final dissertation and the research for their final dissertation abroad. And this is an opportunity too. Of course, when you choose to take a semester abroad, each partner university has its own identity and its specificities, also in terms of specialization. So also the choice of taking a semester abroad and on the destination depends on your interests. So we have partner universities which have, as you see here, the Module University in Vienna are more focused on tourism marketing, global marketing, innovation management, or other partner universities, such as, for example, St. Paul in Barcelona. This is an hospitality school, so the focus is on hospitality management and leisure management. So depending also on your interests, it is important to look at the right program and university for a semester abroad. Third point, we have an international faculty of academics, but also of professionals. So in each year, usually you find this. For each course, you have one or two professors. In some courses, in the big courses, also 3 professors. And usually what you find a mix of professors from Ulm University and professors from or our partner universities, so visiting professors from other countries, and a mix of academics and professionals working in the sector. So, for example, you see one of the first courses that you attend on the first year is that of managing hospitality and guest service organizations. And here you find, for example, Professor Manuela De Carlo, which is the coordinator of this master course from Ulm University, together with Professor Murphy from University of Central Florida. And you can find the same in many other courses with colleagues from University of Central Florida, from other Italian leading universities, from Ulu University, and other universities, Salzburg University, which is also our partner for the semester abroad, and many others. Here you see the previous slide was on the first year courses. Here you see the second year courses, but it's more or less the same. So you find 2-3 professors with different backgrounds that help you to see the same topic from different perspectives, and from an Italian and international perspective, and also from a professional perspective. Moreover, the international faculty applies also to the optional courses, which are also a way to specialize on the issues which are of your interest. So there are courses in new business in tourism, which is more about startups in tourism, theme parks, event management, place branding, and many other topics. Of course, this is just to show you, to give you some insight about the courses. On our website, you can find the whole list and with the syllabi, so you can get more insights about the topics of the courses. Finally, it is an international course also because it gives the opportunity to have international experiences during the internships, and also international job opportunities, of course. So here, for example, you see some of our students, former students that got internships or are now working in the sector, and many of them are working in an international environment and abroad, in many different countries, so in Europe, but also in non-European countries. But also it is interesting to see that there are many working in the hospitality sector, but also some working in tourist startups, working in OTAs, working in event management, and here you can see some of them. This is to say what? That there are many professional profiles. During this course, you have many different approaches and perspective, and it is a very multidisciplinary approach. So you can also explore which are the most interesting careers in tourism in many different fields. So from experience design and destination management to online travel and digital marketing, food, fashion, design, luxury, art and culture, because some of our students also took that direction, commercial managers in tourism, and so on. The second interesting point of our course is the hands-on approach. The learning mix is made of 10% of distance learning when you do your application and you decide to formalize your application. We give you you can get access to a community to start some online courses to arrive prepared in September at the starting of the courses. Then there are 20% of classroom lessons, and then 70% of case studies, exercises, project works, and training on the job. How we develop this hands-on approach. We have company visits, project works, laboratories, student challenge, workshops, seminars. For example, here you see a company visit to the Hotel Principe di Savoia in Milan, which is part of the Dorchester collection during the first year. This is a project work that we developed during my course on cultural heritage, arts and tourism, developing some strategies to valorize tourism in a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Then you have a job lab with Accor hotels on customer centricity. But there are many, because usually each course has also a laboratory or a project work inside. Here you see the laboratories on digital innovation in the travel industry, and the one on online reputation with companies that are specialized in this, or with DMOs, as in the first case. And then also we monitor, and this we thank also one of our former students that helped us very much in developing this tool. We monitor student challenge, and we give the opportunity to students to engage in competitions and challenges. And usually in the last years, we also have our students were very successful, so they won. Students in 2019 won the UCF entrepreneurship competition. In 2020, other students won the Hilton College Hospitality Hackathon. So we had very good results in these years, which is very nice also for us professors to participate and support our students in these challenges. And then our career service offer support through this job fitness center, which is a project organized by the career service to help students to reflect on its own distinctive behaviors and promote self-awareness, and reinforcing also soft skills, which we know are today very much important when you start working and you finish your studies, but also during, of course, the course. At this point, I think I can stop here and leave the floor to Lucia Cinque, which is our former students from the Master in Hospitality and Tourism Management, and that can tell us and tell you a little bit about her experience during the master. I think if she's
Can you hear me and see me? I hope so now.
Lucia, yes, we can hear you.
Perfect.
So I was, thank you very much to be here. I was presenting some of the hands-on activities that we usually have during our master course, but yes, I think that your experience is more interesting for them. So maybe you can tell us about your experience during this course, and yes, the opportunities you have and what you are expecting from now on.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Such a pleasure and honor to be here with you. And my name is Lucia. I graduated in November this year. And so I'm already working now in Amsterdam. But I will just take a step back and tell you more about my experience, and just to give you a practical idea of what Professor Friel said, because what she said is exactly what we as former students have experienced these previous 2 years. We were unlucky on one side because when we started, COVID in Italy was still there. So COVID was a really issue and a very critical issue for especially our industry. But our industry is so fast paced and innovations are so on trend that University and this course was able to take in consideration every single innovation and step forward. And every single course and every single study during these two first years were so actual and so practical that we as former students and now starting working in hospitality had all the tools and all the skills to face this industry. When I started, I was coming from linguistic background, so I don't know what could be your background, but of course, I can imagine you were thinking and making questions about what could be the future, what could be the prospects, and I was the same as you 2 years ago, and I found a very diverse, a very integrated and inclusive environment of students, not just Italians, as Professor Phil said, but international students. And it is the first plus. People coming from different backgrounds, not only academic backgrounds, but also cultural backgrounds, working together in projects, all together, every single course with every single project and hands-on activities that helped us to increase our personal and professional background, and every single course has a really practical side. This means that this is not just about studying, but also understanding how to apply what we studied in the future, so in the work career. So, and this means having laboratories with professionals, talking to professors as well, professional, experienced professionals. The thing of being in a class, so working together and also together with the professors, helped us to have a real tangible idea of what will the future for us, and the opportunities to go abroad, either Erasmus or internship opportunities, of course, can increase the experience and the skills. In my case, I had the opportunity to started working for Hilton, an international brand, and I got this internship through the university, and I started working in Milan as reservations agent, and then now I am in Amsterdam working as well for Hilton as a cluster in the reservations for the entire Hilton hotels in the Netherlands. But what I want to say is that when you think about this course, hospitality is just one of the other sides of travel and tourism you can experience. So it's not just about hospitality, but this course is very versatile because the skills and the 360 degree of all the other courses, it could be focused on sustainability, it could be focused on digital marketing and data, can help you then decide which will be your perfect path. For example, now I'm focusing on hospitality, but my thesis research was all about data analysis and studying of a territory because this helped me through different courses that I shaped. So I also had the opportunity to made a career path very tailor-made, so based on my interests, based on what I wanted to gain and take away from this course, I was able to passing through hospitality and then go towards data analysis and then marketing research, and then now I'm focusing on hospitality. But it doesn't matter then, I can also jump into another course because I know that I have the skills and all the tools to apply in every different sectors. So wherever will be the path, we have, thanks to this course, all the skills and all the trends, all the new innovations that we can apply then on every single side of travel and tourism. And even though, as I was saying before, most of our courses were online, I didn't feel, and this is because of the people and the professionals we have met, I didn't have every one single day thinking about what could be the future of hospitality, either a positive or a negative way. Now that I'm working in an industry that 2 years ago was suffering from the pandemic, now that I'm working now, I'm having the contact with clients, really have my hands on the work, I really feel proud of what I studied because I am able to apply every single day what I've studied. And I think this is the greatest takeaway and also the most important aspect that I'm so proud to have been a student of this course. Mm, I I hope to have transmitted to you my really deep attachment to this course. From an Italian perspective, this course is a very point of spark in Italian studies. So, in just if you are just wondering to study in Italy and having now ideas all around Italy, this course is really the forefront of hospitality courses in Italy. And I'm telling this because I am Italian, so I can tell you about my Italian university experience. So, And of course, in case you have questions about my path and also my colleagues' path, which are very different. We are people working in hospitality, people working in data analysis or in startups. You can always search for my LinkedIn wherever and ask me questions, and also to professors even better. Questions are so important in this phase, so don't hesitate to ask wherever you want to ask. So thank you and sorry for the lights coming back. I hope it was perfectly in time. So I hope you enjoyed more about this issue.
Thank you very much, Lucia, for your insight. And of course, your year was no a kind of difficult year because it was during the pandemic. But anyway, you took the opportunity to exploit, no, in the best way this experience. And this gives me the opportunity also to say, to add something about how important, when possible, of course, is the campus life, no? Because we have many opportunities here. You see the job day and the job seminars are career service organize also. Events with companies that are interested in giving internships or job opportunities, but also there are a lot of cultural events in our university of the other faculties, but are always open, and of the other courses of our faculty. And so it is, I think, also very stimulating to take the opportunity and the chance to explore these different events and opportunities inside the campus. And of course, another interesting thing that Lucia mentioned, thank you, that there are many different experiences by our students, because there are those that went in the US, those that study in one path and then by chance they explore working in another field, and but also with in a satisfying way. So thank you also, Lucia, to make yourself available if somebody wants to contact you or your colleagues, classmates, to get some more
Of course.
information. And also on the website of the university, you can find also many videos, and on YouTube with the experiences of many former and current students. And I think that they are useful to see their perspective on the course. Finally, and we go towards the conclusion, so if there are questions, we are here to answer, also with the colleagues from the offices for the admission. So here you see the admission requirements, and these are also on the website with more detail, so you can find them there. And it's very important from the beginning to look at the requirements for the second year in the US, in UCF, because you need a bachelor degree with a minimum GPA of 3 out of 4 points, and English proficiency, and a minimum grade of 26 out of 30 in 3 specific subjects of the first year at UM. So if you decide to take this course with the idea of going to UCF in the second year, you need to start from the beginning to study and to have all the admission requirements for the second year. The admission process, here you can see the admission process also on this. Of course, you find all the information on our website. So you have an English test, and then written test, and an oral interview. This depends also if there are Italian students or international students. Here you can see the tuition fees. So you can see the ones for ULMA, and then for the second year in UCF, you can see the fee of 18,000 euro, but students that go to UCF then receive a stipend of $10,000 for living expenses in the US. So they get back an amount of the fee. There are many opportunities in terms of scholarships. Also here, it is very important. I suggest you to monitor the university website, because here you can find all the possibilities in terms of scholarships and opportunity for international students of a specific scholarship for them. So there is a specific section of our website on this. Deadlines, here you see the next deadlines. And I would say that I can stop here, so I can leave to questions if we have some, and also we provide you with specific information on the admission process online, live. Okay, so I will close the slides. Maybe, yes.
Thank you very much, Professor, for this beautiful presentation. I saw that we actually have a couple of questions in the chat, so I'm gonna read them. We have one question from Garji Drona from India, and it is, how is fashion and design related to tourism? So I think it's more for Professor Friel than Elisa.
Yes, I thank the student for the question, because this is an emerging trend which we are monitoring very much, because we think it's very interesting. We have many companies from the so-called creative industries, but also from the made in Italy industries, the fashion, design, food industry. Companies are more and more developing experiences, not only for their clients, but also for the tourist market. So, for example, going to visit factories, taking tours of living industry tourism, promoting hospitality services. There is a mix also, some companies entering the hospitality industry. So we see more and more this match between different sectors. And many of these companies are looking for people that are trained in tourism to develop this kind of services and experiences, and people that are prepared for the luxury hospitality management also fit very well in this kind of demand from companies. So we think that this is very interesting, and also is interesting looking from the perspective of destinations. Destinations are promoting very much local companies. Think, for example, at the wine and food industry, to promote visits and experiences in the territory that are related also to production and production districts and this kind of offer, which is also industrial tourism is something that is growing very much, for sure in Italy and in Europe, but in many other countries too.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Professor Friel. We have another question for Elisa, I think, from Sam, that asks, what about the PTE score?
Okay, thank you, Ginevra, for the question, and thank you, Sam. I think that you are referring to the English proficiency test, I think. As we said before, English proficiency needs to be proven either by an English certificate B2 level. One of the most accepted one is IELTS academic, preferably, or a TOEFL certificate. Otherwise, if you haven't got any certificates, we will be providing you with an assessment test of English that you need to pass. You need to prove that you have B2 level. After this, you will be taking the actual admission test.
That's great, Elisa. Thank you very much. We actually have a question about the admission test. If you can explain something more. And the question is from Mariam Ramezani. I hope that I pronounced it well. Thank you, Mariam.
Okay, so the admission test consists of a written test in English, 30 questions to be done in 30 minutes. And so it's a multiple choice admission test. And then together with this, students need to record some videos in answer to the questions that we decided to provide candidates with. So altogether, the written test, the videos, and the CV and motivation letter will form the final evaluation of our candidates. So professor can decide whether students can be accepted or not.
That's great. Thank you very much. I don't see more questions in the chat. Now, to conclude, I would just like to remind the students that we still have for this specific course a lot of reductions in tuition fees. So if you're interested in knowing more about it, we have a team room that will be available until 5 p.m. So if you want to know something more about it, you can go there and we will be happy to answer to all of your questions. Now, thank you very much to Professor Friel, Lucia as well, and Elisa. So thank you very much. And thank you for all the viewers that have joined us today.
Thank you, Ginevra, and thank you, Elisa. Thank you very much, Lucia. And of course, I'm also available by email for questions. If you need, you can ask my email to the colleagues, and I'm happy to be available for your questions.
Grazie.